Where did I put? Where did I put my cold snack? I got the extension cord. Where did I put that thing at? Shoot! Oh man, trip hazard. Oh, hey, extension cord. There's my cold snack. Shame, man. Things a man will do for a beer, I tell you. Well, hi. On today's episode of The Home Renter, I'm going to spray the dirt off of this thing. And we're going to see if we can polish it up with the lithoportai, however you pronounce that. I bought it on Amazon. It was like $89 for a kit. Didn't come in the right buffing pad, so I went down to Hobo Freight and got some better ones. Got some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound and Ultimate Polish. I shouldn't do that. The bottoms will probably fall out and be all over me. I am in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Meguiar's or Lithoportai, whatever their name is, or Hobo Homeless Freight. But TCP Global is a good company that I've been buying from for years, and I bought this here donut maker. No, it's not a donut maker. It's put this on your drill or 90-degree angle grinder, and you take your pinstripe stuff off of it. You don't want to go over like 3,500, 4,000 RPMs. I don't remember exactly what the paperwork said. I've used them for years when I had a body shop and did customs. But yeah, you just kind of hold it on an angle there and just let it rotate down upon the stripe and just go at a nice easy pace, and don't push too hard because it'll burn the paint and leave marks. And that's kind of what I did here. It's black, it does it. So we're going to get that off of there, and we're going to buff this thing out and do some paint correction. Now I've already clay barred it. That's the first step, is you want to use something like lime away or iron out or something and wash it and get all the iron and oxidization off the paint, all the hard water deposits off the paint. You can even use CLR. Wash it really good with some Dawn, something to get the grease and other dirt loosened up off the surface. Take a clay bar to it, and they sell the detailer and all that, but I just take a little bit of Dawn and put it in a bottle with some water and shake it up and warm and spray it, clay bar it, rinse the panel. Does the same thing. Save yourself a couple bucks. Just don't go in there and get your kids Play-Doh. That won't work. It dissolves. Don't ask me how I know. So I'm going to get some things hooked up and plugged in and try not to trip over this extension cord again. And get the water hose and rinse this thing off and see what we got going on. We'll be right back. Now on this clip, somehow my microphone did not connect to the module that plugs into my phone again, and I lost all audio. But here, basically, I was describing that I rinsed the vehicle off, got it washed off, and we were going to go ahead and start working on getting the Cadillac emblem off the door and showing you guys how to use the eraser wheel to do this. I was explaining how to not go over 4,000 RPMs because it could come apart, smack you in the face, hurt you, damage your paint, etc. You'll see me going into the next clip showing you how to remove the emblem itself and then to use the unit and remove the adhesive. And I will just throwing a couple jokes in there to my buddy Ricky. That's what I was doing now. Now we'll get ready to cut to the next scene. So we're back. We got the drill and we got a hand. Now I'm just going to look in the door here, because if I look that way I look like I'm looking over my yard. So I'm going to look right here, and I'm looking right at you guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hands, my fingers, and I'm going to break the emblem loose off the door, just like so. Now, sometimes they come off pretty easily, sometimes they don't. You know, almond joy has nuts, mounds don't. But I got the CNC Music Factory off of there. Now I got a Adla. They come off pretty easy. You just grab one corner and just start to rotate it. And pretty much you just come off from there. Hurts fingernails a little bit. Let me put this drill down and use my other hand here. Maybe I can do a little better job here. Yep, that's not pulling my thumbnails off. D's on there. I don't know why. Come on. There we go. We got an A. Just one more, and then I can take that thingamabobber and go ahead and go to town on it there. I don't like to stick nothing under here. I got a plastic putty knife somewhere. I'm gonna be right back after I get that. Well, I couldn't find a plastic putty knife, so I found the next best thing. Old debit or credit card or gift card or something you're not gonna use no more. Stick it under there. See how simple that was? And we're just gonna wipe and make sure there's no dirt or debris in the way. And then, you watching? Pay attention, Ricky. One gone. A little bit of residue there. Two gone. Now, some of you know, may come back like I do and use a little lacquer thinner or something and just wipe the rest of that little light bit off. But sometimes you can turn it different directions too, and you get a better job. Yeah, missed a couple spots and it gets kind of dirty there. So, kind of wipe it off, come back, go back over it. Yeah, there's some adhesive. We'll take a little bit of lacquer thinner to it. Hit the big chunks first. That way we're not putting too much solvent on that paint. A little bit for a second ain't gonna hurt, but you go putting a lot on there for a while, and you never know, there might be a chip or a scratch that you get into. It may get down into that paint and give you a little bit of a hard time, and then now you got a door that needs to be painted, or a fender, or a hood, or whatever you may be working on. Okay, so be right back. I'm gonna get a rag, wipe a little bit of thinner on there, and show you how we're gonna buff this. Okay, so I'm back, and I just wanted to point out how important it is to store your lacquer thinner, solvents, anything flammable in a vehicle that is enclosed with no windows down, into direct sunlight for several days. That way the can swells up like so, and then when you open it, it sprays it in your eyes and up your nose. Make sure you do that. No, don't do that. Fire no. Woo! Sound like that cat in the house when he farts. I don't know what he eats, man. I just put you a little bit on a microfiber rag like so. A little bit too much. That'll be alright. So now, just wipe over the surface there where you get cleaned off. And you'll see when it dries if there's any adhesive left. Now, as you can see, there it is. Some blemishes in the paint. But rest assured, that's going to come out when I buff. And we won't have to look at that no more. And instead of looking at that, we're going to see SS Clade. SS Calade. SS Calade. I'm not good at it. SS Calade. Calade. SS Clade. But yeah, it's going to go right there. And it's matte black with a silver backing and the red SS. So it should look pretty good on there. And get rid of that three-dimensional plastic crap that's been on there for 24 years. So let me grab the buffer, get everything together, and let's make it look like a brand new tank job.
Once again, my microphone messed up again. I need to get a new one. And at this point, I was explaining how you should use a technique that I use on my extension cord to keep it from coming unplugged all the time while you're using it. And I was saying that, you know, most of us aren't lucky enough to have had somebody in our life to teach us, you know, things like this and how to, little tips and tricks to where you can do things and keep something else from happening or going wrong. So here I'm going to pick up the extension cord and show you guys how to connect it without it unplugging constantly. You just take the cord and put the two ends up like you're going to tie a knot and tie it across and then loop over the other piece and then plug it in. And then when you pull it tight, it makes a little knot that locks it, and when you pull on it, it only tightens the knot rather than pull it loose from the other end. There you go. Sometimes the contents of my show helps out. This segment here, I'm going to explain how the content on the vehicle. When a guy comes down the road with his trunk rattling with 500 speakers in a trunk, and I said it sounded like somebody beating on an old cast iron bathtub. I was asking if any of you guys remember old cast iron, porcelain coated, clawfoot bathtubs, and you'd slip and fall and hit your elbow or your head like I did 100 times, and you heard that boom. Well, that's kind of what that guy's speaker system sounds like. He thinks it sounds great, but it's absolutely horrible. But here I'm going to show you guys how to apply compound and do your buffing. And I was explaining the steps of using the right compound for the job. That you don't want something extremely aggressive and wind up taking too much off or ruining the paint. If you go too aggressive in the beginning, you can take too much off and ruin your job. So always start with a lighter amount. Now here I'm going to show you how to put way my buddy Justin's pulling up, so we're going to have about 2 hours of talking out here. We haven't seen each other for a while.
All right, so what I like to do with this compound, you just put just enough of what you need on there. Kind of like so. Way too much. It'll be all right. I'm going to work this in with the buffer, and then I'm going to start slow and come back.
Yeah. You better come.
Now in this clip, I'm going to explain how to apply compound and put way too much on there, of course. And basically, I'm just explaining how to spread your compound on your panel. So you put your compound on the panel. Some people put it on the pad itself. I like to put it on the panel, that way I can spread it out evenly across the panel. And then apply hard pressure in the beginning, and then ease off with light pressure to get a better polish without getting swirl marks. You're going to get swirl marks, but this, if you start out with your hard pressure and slowly release your pressure as you're polishing the panel, your swirl marks won't be as prominent, and then when you come back with your polish, it'll stop all that. Now, for some reason, in the middle of this video clip, my audio came back, and I don't understand why. I've got to look into the situation with my microphone and the setup with that, and figure out what's going on with that. It comes with 2 microphones, and I'm wondering if the one microphone just may be intermittently disconnecting, because I've had no problem with the other one. And I started using the other one on the last video, actually, and that's where I started losing audio. So I'm thinking that may be a problem, so I'm going to try to utilize the other one rather than keep having no audio, and then I have to sit here and do voiceovers on my own stuff, because I don't have a script. I do everything as it happens. So when you guys are watching me do something and I'm talking and it's a joke, or something happens and I explain it or say it a certain way, my life is not scripted. I give you exactly me and who I am, and you get 100% me. And any of you that ever get to meet me in person will find out I'm just as goofy in person. Lighten the pressure up each time. Come back with my black polishing pad and polish and finish it out. I'm gonna wash this off real quick and I'll be right back. As you guys can already see, I haven't even final polished it yet, but all those marks that I showed you guys are gone now. Got a little spot right there, but that's just compound where I didn't wipe it hard enough. But I'm gonna get the final polish on there, and it should look just like that when I'm done. Well guys, it happened again. My microphone cut out and we lost all audio. But look at this. Of course the emblem is gone. Got a nice shine there. Let me turn it this way, that way y'all can see me better. And a nice shine. And this is before. It's don't look so bad on this side because it's in the shade, but you know, you can see where the stripe used to be, where the
eraser wheel took it off. And then we come over here and you can really see just how dull and dingy this paint is. It don't look bad from 15, 20 feet. But you can see little marks where somebody scrubbed something off at one point in time. You can see the marks where the eraser wheel got it. Still got this side to take off. I'm gonna redo the video and do this other side. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? Yeah, what you doing? That's Daddy's boy. But I'm gonna redo the video. I'll send you what I got. You know, I'm sorry. But this fender, no more marks where the stripe used to be. This door, I mean, it's nice and slick. Got some water spots where I rinsed it off, but we're gonna ceramic coat it, so that'll fix that. And then I put the Escalade logo on there and be good to go. But I apologize for my microphone cutting out. I had over an hour of content, and go back and look at it and there's no sound. And I hate that because, you know, I work hard to try to get y'all some content, to try to do something for you guys, you know. I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing it for you guys. Once again, I apologize, but we'll make it up. We'll do the other side. Hopefully tomorrow everything goes right. Tomorrow evening or Saturday morning, y'all should be getting a revival. We're gonna go get this 2002 Chevy Cavalier. No start, been sitting for 6 years. See if we can't drive it home. Don't forget about the raffle. Subscribe, like, and comment for an entry in the raffle. The drawing is on July 4th, Nation's birthday. God bless America. For a $150 O'Reilly gift card. Like, subscribe, give me a comment. Can't comment 50 times on one video. One comment per video will be an entry into the raffle. Share it out to your friends, your family, other people that you know that are interested in this type of content and videos. And let's grow this channel, because I want to do more. Eventually in the future, you know, I'd like to maybe get a couple revivals that I do that are decent cars that somebody might want, and maybe we can do something and build something cool and do an LS swap or something. And who knows, maybe I paint something and restore it and give y'all content, and then we turn around and raffle off and do giveaways for the car. Buy some merch or something and it's entries. I don't know. Y'all have my channel in your hands. Your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions is what makes me grow. And the more that I grow, the better the channel will become. The more things I can do. The more I can afford to put back into the channel. I work every day. I take care of a family. I don't have millions of dollars and thousands of dollars just laying around. So the money that I'm investing into this channel is extra money that I have for rainy days. And I'm hoping to maybe turn that into something and get my 5 minutes of fame. Who knows? Maybe in a year's time or so, y'all will see me being introduced behind Derek Vieri from Vice Grip Garage, or Sleeper Dude, or maybe Cletus at Cletus and Cars doing a burnout competition. That's another thing I'd like to do, is build me a burnout car. I want to get into the scene and make my name known and maybe finally catch my break in life. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been in magazines. I've built cars for numerous famous people. I've built cars that's been in movies. I retired from it, and I've had to itch for a long time to come back, and this is my time to shine. And I just want to bring it out and give it to you guys and do it here on YouTube. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.